My name is Ying, and my dad was involved in one of the greatest transportation events in history. He helped build the Transcontinental Railroad, which united the Central Pacific and Union Pacific Railroads. During the 1800s, many people traveled by horse and buggy, which made travel long, hard, and often dangerous. There were many railroads during this time, but none of them connected the whole continent. Because of the Transcontinental Railroad, it would only take 6 days to travel from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. Before this, it took 6 months. A lot of progress was being made on the Central Pacific side of the railroad until 1865, when silver was discovered in Nevada, and most of the white workers left to hunt for silver. So they hired a crew of 10,000 Chinese laborers to build the line east from Sacramento, California. My dad was one of these men. The crews of the Union Pacific were 8,000 to 10,000 immigrants from Ireland, Germany, and Italy who started the railroad in Omaha, Nebraska going west. The crews met at Promontory Summit in Utah Territory, which is now known as Promontory Point. This area became one of the most important landmarks of the Transcontinental Railroad. When my father began working, he and the other Chinese laborers were discriminated against. He didn't understand why they were treated so badly. They couldn't become citizens, vote, own property, or even testify in court. The white men accused my father and the other Chinese laborers of stealing jobs away from them. They were also working extremely long hours in the hot and dry desert, and winters in the mountains were horrible with snowdrifts, avalanches, and cold weather. White men who worked on the railroad were paid $35 a month, plus room and board. The Chinese were paid $25 a month and had to pay for their own supplies. Somehow, my dad and the other Chinese workers kept working in these conditions. The two crews met on May 10, 1869, when the railroads finally came together in Promontory Point, Utah. The Transcontinental Railroad was finally complete and ended up being almost 2,000 miles long. A tie was laid and hammered together with a bronze and gold spike. Then, the very last spike, an ordinary iron spike, was driven into a regular tie. It is engraved with the words "the last spike" and also includes the following passage: "May God continue the unity of our country as this railroad unites two great oceans of the world." Presented by David Hughes of San Francisco. With the Transcontinental Railroad finally finished, travel became much quicker and much less dangerous. Thankfully, there were hard and dedicated workers like my father who would not give up until their job was done.